All right, here we go. So I'm drafting it up. That's a gold card. All right, so usually when you're doing draft, almost always you want to grab gold cards. The fact that it's a Lich, I would argue, is good. This hero, I think, is... I haven't played him in draft before, but Chain Frost is a super good spell. He can generate card value. He's a 5/9 for black heroes. That's really good. He's got some of the best stats for black heroes, I think. If I was further along, I would probably just slam down double dimensional portals and pick that, because those are really, really, really good. I'm probably still going to get one, because I expect to be able to get a Hipfire or whatever later. And Blink Dagger is also really good. This one's kind of hard. Check unknown. Oh, I should have done that. I'm sorry, I'll do that later after I do the draft. How about that? So I think I do want to grab Lich, but I think I'm also going to grab Dimensional Portal. Or maybe I should grab Blink Dagger, because Blink Dagger is a lower chance. But this is also really good. It's also really early in the draft. Hypothetically, grabbing Dimensional Portal, I'm basically guaranteed to play black if I pick Lich right now, because otherwise there'd be no reason. Because for the rest of this pack, which I still have a lot of rounds to go, I can't pick any other hero. So I basically have to think, like, is Lich the best hero I can have right now? And it's definitely very good. It's not often that you get a rare hero, basically. And also, am I going to get more Dimensional Portals? Maybe not, but I also might not run blue. And Blink Dagger is going to fit for any hero that I run, because it's just a really good item. So I think I feel comfortable going Blink here, even though double Dimensional Portal. Like, the next guy that gets my pack is going to be like, oh shit, double Dimensional, I'll grab both of those. But for me, I feel like grabbing Blink Dagger is okay. Hipfire is also really, really good, yes. My picks are definitely between these two, and this one. And if I was running more green, I would consider Satyr Duelist. After that, I don't really care. I'd probably grab Defend the Weak. But most of the other ones are kind of crappier. Sucker Punch if I was going red. But I think I'm going to go Blink Dagger. Okay. New turn. This card's really good. Mercenary Exiles can work if you're running red. I'm not really locked into that yet, so I'm a little iffy on it. There's also no black cards, which kind of sucks. So I kind of have to force myself down another color path. If I end up with red, this would be really good, because you can spend the money that you gain to buff him up endlessly. Compel is also really good if I'm going blue, because it helps give you card advantage. But I feel like I should grab Mercenary Exiles, just because it's so damn... because it's rare. I'd have no ability to get it. I probably won't get more than 1 or 2 Compels, even if I go blue later on. Maybe I don't even need Divine Intervention. Divine Intervention's really good, though. I just don't want to get a Stars Align until I know if I have more big-ass cards. So I think I'm going to do this. I'm not sure, though. I'm not the best drafter. I feel like I'm okay. I've been learning a lot, but I spent like the first month of my playing Constructed and figuring out hero combos and stuff. Something like this sounds kind of appealing to me. Because paydays are good. Like, if you have multiple paydays, it gets better, obviously, because you're doubling a double. But it's not always great. In the same vein, like, I've already got green. So something like this kind of looks appealing too. Home Field Advantage is a really good card. Con Unprepared can be really good, but it's usually kind of situational. But because I already have black, kind of feels like I should go black. I don't know. I don't have to hard commit to Divine Intervention, so maybe I should just do this to be safe. Untested Grunt could be okay, but I don't like opening with it so early. So I'll just grab Paydays, because I know I'm going black anyways. Oh no, I can't get Lion, one of the worst heroes. This card's really good. This card can be really good, but it's kind of situational. I don't know if I want to open with it. Maybe I'll grab this because I've already got red. I think I saw that this card had a really high win rate and pick rate at the BTS tournament, so I think I'll grab it. Hellbear Crippler's okay, but it's just kind of mediocre. Combat Training can be good. I'd probably grab Hellbear as much as it's just okay, but it's a creature, and creatures are really good. Both of these cards are really good in my opinion. But I think I'll go for Lion Mantle maybe. 4 damage is a lot. You kind of want 4 damage usually because a Cloak, which is 3 gold and 4 health, this will counteract that. So if you're trying to equip this to kill a guy, it's usually going to offset whatever benefit they get from their Cloak. And that's why Furline Mantle is good, is because it's 8 health instead of 4. So you'll always be able to equip more health than damage, but obviously damage adds up a lot because it's every round. Considering I currently have a black hero and some red cards, I'd maybe say Broadsword is better, but I think I'll grab this because it's just safer to be useful. And if neither of these, if there were worse items here, I'd probably grab Combat Training. That one's good too, kind of. It's like an okay mediocre card. So I'll go with this. All right, and I still get one anyways. Crippling Blow I almost never run, but it can be good. Okay, now we're on to a new set. Here's the other 25 gold card. 8 attack, 4 siege. If anyone that you deal battle damage to instantly dies, and you can use the active to condemn enemy improvements. So it's like you equip this and activate it. all of their improvements die instantly, and then the hero that blocks you, they lose all of their items as well. As soon as you use the active. You don't even have to deal damage to them. This item's like very good situationally. Okay, so because I'm black, Lich, Disciple of Nevermore's are really good because they basically help you snowball crazy kill one lane. I should probably pick both of them, I feel like, because they do help you just instantly win that one lane. Enough Magic is situationally very good. I like to have at least one of these when I'm playing red cards because you can kind of just, if you have initiative, you can just make sure that they don't play any cards or spells that lane. I would never pick a CM in this position. If these weren't here, I would consider Ruminesque probably. That card's really good. I'm not going to consider this. It's actually not a bad idea because I have 2 paydays. It's definitely not a bad idea. But I think I might. I think this is going to give me a higher win rate than... Because I might not run paydays in the end, but if I have any black heroes, I'm definitely going to run these. So I think I go for these. These seems better. Okay, and we got a green hero. Very good green hero. I wouldn't say like super good, but definitely good. But these 2 cards are really, really good, in my opinion. Ogility Vandal is just fantastic. Coordinated Assault is super good too. Darkseer's good. I just don't have that much green right now, so I'm going to pass. What are these? Oh, cool. You can see this is new. I haven't seen this before. Ooh, the Oath is so good. The fact that this is here is a little surprising to me, but it's very likely that whoever was drafting this deck the past 2 turns didn't have a black hero or wasn't playing on black. So once you play this, you can't play spells or creeps in that lane, but everybody in your lane that's on your team gets 4 damage, which is crazy. So between the Oath and Disciple of Nevermore, like let's say I get to a late game scenario where I have like 9 mana, I drop down 2 Disciples and drop down an Oath, everybody on my board has plus 8 damage. You can like instantly throw in somebody if they're not careful. So this is really good. And then for my second item, I'm building red so far. I could potentially pick a Venomancer, but I don't have any blue right now, and it's not really good to just open with it randomly. So I could grab one of these items. I could grab a green hero maybe, or a green ability. Maybe Lightning Strike could work if I pivot to a blue one later, but I could also get a damage item to match my gold gain and stuff like that as a way to clear creeps. I don't really like Jasper Daggers usually that much. I think Blade is usually better, but I'm sure there's a lot of times where Jasper is far better. Could also take Juke if I end up going down the green route instead. I'll just grab Juke, I guess. It's probably... It looks like a shitty card, but it's one that I need to appreciate more, I think. Okay, Home Field Advantage is very good. Although I have a lot of red. I think it's okay to take this and go pick a fight. Having like a fight through the pain can be really good to guarantee initiative. A lot of the times that's valuable. But if I do, because I can still pivot to green over red, I'd rather grab this. I feel like this is way better than this if I end up pivoting to this one versus, you know what I mean? And Pick a Fight's still really good too, but it's arguably better than Fight Through the Pain, is my viewpoint. Definitely grab this. It's a very, very good black card. I can take a unit in my current lane, send him to another lane, like teleport basically, and it deals 2 damage to a creep. So it's like a gimme pick for me, because I'm already running black. Book of the Dead could work. If your melee creeps die, you get charges, and you can spawn a 2/2 zombie. Barbed Mail is okay. This would be kind of a nice way to spend gold later sometimes. It's a good way to like... Actually, this is definitely the pick, because I have Disciples of Nevermore and the Oath, right? So I can buff up existing creeps. Book of the Dead's by far the best thing to snag. And I got a Mazzy, which isn't terrible in Arena, or whatever you want to call it. And I've already had all these this red paths anyway, so this is okay. It's an okay snag here. Alright, add any cost is here. It's easily the best card on this board. But I don't have any blue yet, so I'm a little hesitant. And having like just 1 blue is usually not good. So I'm kind of leaning towards this being the wrong pick. I could pick another Relentless Pursuit, but there's also some good green stuff that wouldn't be terrible, like Arm the Rebellion. I don't spawn that many creatures is the only problem. Maybe something like a Selfish... I only have 6 creatures so far. feels wrong not to take this though, because if I don't take it, somebody else gets it also. And I don't really want to take a Winter Wyvern here. It's like I said before, Winter Wyvern's not better than Debbie for the vast majority of situations. I mean, I don't know if I want both of these. I guess I probably do. It just feels so wrong to take at any cost. For me, it would just be a dead pick, and this is a first round. I'd basically be taking a green card. Divine Intervention's really not bad, but I don't know if I want to. Probably want a green creature. This feels bad, but I just already have one and I don't have any greens yet, so I feel like if I only end up with like one green hero, I'd rather have a Selfish Cleric than a second Divine Intervention. I feel like that's better. Because at round 4, if I have a green hero down, you know, I could set some tempo. Okay, so this one's a little hard. It's actually a lot of good things. Could have all these red cards. Sucker Punch is like a mid-tier red pick that I'll grab. Keenfolk Golem I usually don't draft, but you know, you could potentially win a game with it. Oglody Vandal's a gimme. Ironfog Goldmine is usually what I'd grab in a lot of cases. I generally, I've gone through periods where I grab this card too much, I feel like, and it doesn't help that much. It can be really good to help out with Payday. And Thunderhide Pack, if I have any green heroes, is an obvious, because you kind of want that one in your late game scenarios. But I feel like it's probably safer just go Sister of the Veil, because I'm only partially into green at the moment. But if I do get a green hero, I would feel bad by having Sister of the Veil over Thunderhide, so maybe I should go Thunderhide. Sister's okay, I would say. It's not like amazing, but it's good. It's like one of the better black heroes. There's not that many good black heroes, I would argue. None that are very tanky other than the 2/8 one. I feel like I should take Thunderhide though. But Ironfog Goldmine, man. This one's hard. I normally pick a lot faster than this, to be honest. But I'm talking things through. Thunderhide, Ironfog. I think I just take Thunderhide, because I've already got a lot of black cards that are super, super good. If Ironfog goes in here and I get a different, if I only have one black hero, I'm probably not gonna drop any of these items or any of these things for Ironfog, except for maybe if I cut all my paydays. So I think I just go Thunderhide to play safe in case I do pivot to green. Now life is a little easier. Sucker Punch feels good. Could maybe Stonehold Plate, but maybe something like this. Poised to Strike is a little tempting because I have some red, but I only have one red right now and it only works on red heroes, so it's kind of bad. If I do commit to it, Rend Armor can work really well. But I think I have Ruminesque in case I do finally finish a green. Could grab a Hellbear, but I think Sucker Punch is probably better. It's like one of the few ways to deal damage as a red hero is with Sucker Punch. And if Maisie matches up against somebody, they trade damage first round, second round I punch them and they get killed. So that's one of Slax's favorite cards. Alright, Bristleback is actually super good in draft. Generally. Very high win rate. Maybe not very high, but like above average. It's one of the most picked heroes and played heroes. Just because it's 8/12, it does a lot of damage, and if you get lucky and you're against a shitty hero, and sometimes people do have shitty heroes in draft, then you get armor and you kind of just win the lane. The minus armor is also going to be really useful actually, because it'll increase the chain frost damage, so I could argue Bristle is really good for me. Usually you don't want to go for more than 3 colors and try to limit it if you can, but this card looks good to me. But like I said, you don't really want just one blue hero, so I can probably pass blue for the rest of the draft. I still don't have green yet, so I probably shouldn't pick these. So I think this is the obvious pick because I don't have one yet. I passed it up later, so Bristle is my pick here. Got another Payday and go defensive stance. I could get a Keenfolk Plate, but I'm not the biggest fan of the item. Now Payday is definitely going to be better if I can get 3. Both of these will be dead cards. Oh my god, the game has been good to me. Ooh. Sorlikon, very good hero in draft and constructed. 8/6, she does 4 bonus to tower, so if she hits a tower she does 12 damage, and her improvement is +2 damage when attacking a tower. So if I can put an Assault Ladder in a lane with Disciple of Nevermore's and the Oath, they fucking die instantly. This is my pick 100%. There's no way you pass this up. Now, I still have a bunch of green. This would be 2 black, 2 red, which is perfect. I'm on the right path. And there's a Slay. I was going to say, like, this card's pretty good. It works best if they have a lot of units. It gets attack and health and cleave and stuff, but almost always Thunderhide is better. Actually, a lot of these cards. So there's a lot of good green cards here. I could see people picking this card, this card, this card, this card, this card, this card. This is probably the worst of all of them, I would argue. But all of these other cards are really good. I noticed Rebel Decoy had super high pick rate for drafts. But again, I don't have a green hero yet, and it's not looking like it's guaranteed for me to have one. So I feel like I should get Slay instead. That way I can kill creeps, because Slay is so good. So I think this is my pick. But the next person that's drafting green that sees this is going to be like, why do I only have 2 picks right now? Okay, there's a green hero that I could have taken, but I can't now because I took Sorlikon, but it's still okay. That was worth it. If I had any green, I would pick Thunderhide Alpha maybe, but I don't, so I'm probably going to go Slay for sure. The more Slays you got, the better usually, because when you get to late game, if you still have these and people drop Thunderhead Alphas or Thunderhead packs, you just kill them, and you're like, oh, that was all of your mana. And that's usually like some of the better cards, the most powerful cards in a deck. Trebuchet could certainly be a pick. I probably prefer cards that... I prefer like a black creature at this point, personally, because it will help me kill towers, but I think I will still take it. Trebuchet is generally very good. It does piercing as well. Like if I'm having trouble finishing a lane, I could put a Trebuchet in it, for example. And it does damage no matter what. Combat Training is also good, though. I forgot one. These guys don't need it super bad, but it would be helpful. More damage is almost always good. But I should probably take the Trebuchet. What's my count? If I look at what I have in my cards right now. All of these are pretty damn good, whereas red has a lot of garbage, kind of. Crippling Blows I won't run. I might not run the Crippler. I hear you. Do you want to say hi to the camera? I feel like I should Trebuchet. The other one's not bad though. Combat Training. Come here. Say hello to the artifact stream. Okay. Good girl. I just feel like I should do Combat Training. Because putting her up to 8 damage right away would be pretty good. Would make her do a lot more than a symbol, than a Trebuchet. Oops. I'm not sure. This is my 4th pack that I'm drafting right now. Oh, you want another one? Come here. Come here. Come work for your snacks. Okay. Good girl. You want another one? You gotta get on the camera at least. Come here. Wait. Wait. Okay. Good girl. I don't know. I feel like it's a mistake not to get Trebuchets. I feel like I have to. Okay, I still don't have any really expensive items yet, so I might want to consider something like Wingfall Hammer. In the same vein, there's also a bunch of decent stuff here. I don't feel like I should get more than 2 Relentless Pursuits, personally. I don't know if it's good to run. I don't know if I've had this chance before. The fact that I've seen so many feels like a bad thing, like that it makes it bad. And again, I feel like I need an expensive item, because I have all these fucking paydays, but I have like not that much to spend it on, so something like a Wingfall Hammer is probably a good idea. Help me stabilize my lanes. And maybe a Grazing Shot or the Catapult. Catapult's actually really good though, this game. Because I have Assault Ladders, so even if it does 0 damage, it's actually getting increased. And I have Disciple of Nevermore, so having more bodies at this point is probably good. So I feel like that's the way to go. But Grazing Shot's really good too. I haven't seen any ganks yet. I haven't seen any, what's the other one? Hip fires either. So maybe Grazing Shot could be nice, but I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get one. Let's do this. Okay, and now a bunch of cards that I can't use, but I'll grab the best ones so nobody else gets them. There's Viper. Nobody wants Viper. Nobody wants Viper. Very good. I'm kind of surprised this is still here, all the way over here. Bitter Enemies is not commonly grabbed, but I think it's potentially good. It's a very weird card. So you play it, within 3 rounds, it starts doing 6 damage to both towers, your tower and their tower. So it's like a way to help win a lane. I kind of feel like I should grab it. In the same vein, Stonehall Pike is Very good if the game drags on. But I already have a lot of damage. I don't know if I need to focus as much on a Stonehall Pike. Am I going to run this card? I mean, I'm looking at potentially 24 black cards, and almost none of these are bad. So it feels like putting bitter enemies in is probably not worth it. Because it's just such a like a forward-thinking thing, right? But it would potentially allow me to win a lane, or like finish a lane that I wouldn't be killing either. Just, I don't feel super confident, so I'll just do this to be safer. Got another Trebuchet for free. That's always nice when it's like a card you kind of want. All right, and now we got some green heroes. I'm almost for sure I'm gonna grab Helm of the Dominator, guaranteed. Here's that shitty card that I got. But I want Helm of the Dominator because it's higher impact than Wingfall Hammer is. I don't know if I'll run both. I might. I do have some green stuff. I'm just not super confident on them. I don't know if I need them all. So I just don't think I really need to ramp up that much. I have so much good early stuff that I feel like maybe I won't need to ramp. So maybe green would be a waste to draft more. Good Sister of the Veil for 5. I could grab Smeevil Armsmaster, which again had a very high pick rate. But I don't know if it's worth picking over Sister of the Veil. That feels weird. Because I've got no higher mana. I feel like something like this might be better. Because once I get out of the 4s, I'm out of value plays. And more creatures again is very good. Especially ones that can stay alive, whereas Smeevil is just going to die from any creep or any stray damage. Same vein. 4 damage, plus 2 attack for the rest of the game on second round. That's pretty good too. Pretty good for both of these dudes, especially the Bristle. I just don't know. Man, this one's hard. I think I'm going to take Sister because it's black, so it'll match up with the other accelerators. Dirty Deeds I would not grab. Here's another rare item. This one's potentially good. Ally Neighbor. So somebody next to your hero, if they die, you get it. You draw a card. That card's very good. Probably won't draft it though. If I had blue, I'd grab this. This card is usually bad. What do I got for red starting cards? Got a defensive stance. I don't have any new orders. I probably should grab at least, I might want to run 2 of these because I have a Bristleback. You can basically like guarantee a kill that you wouldn't otherwise have. So I think I'm going to grab 2 because it's pretty easy to use those throughout a game, I find. It kind of feels weird to grab 2 commons here. But I don't think I need to go super heavy on items. I mean, I don't even need to run all 3 paydays either. So I think I'm going to do this. Zeus, I will not be running red. Could have run so many Path of the Bolds, man. I passed them up. Unsupervised Artillery can be really good. Iron Fog Gold Mine. Maybe I should get a combat training. I don't think I need it. I mean, you know why I think Smeevil Armsmaster is ran? It's because it's basically combat training. It's just a round later, but it also gives you a 2/2 creature, and you don't get to choose what hero you goes on. But usually you can control that. So that's probably why this is better, seen as better than combat training, I would guess. I don't know if I need these, but it does kind of combo with my catapult stuff. This is like the part of the game where I've drafted so many things that I like that I feel like I'm drafting extras that I don't need. I'm definitely not going to play Path of the Bold. I would only do that if I had like a lot of red stuff. I think these are my picks. Okay, Bounty Hunter could be my last hero pretty easily. So basically my question is this. I hear you whining. I hear you. So I either run a Bounty Hunter or he very likely becomes a Debbie, which would mean a 7/5, 9 damage to towers, 9 damage to heroes, but more armor. Her ability is way better. It's 3 damage to any unit, whereas Track only gives you bonus gold. But if I have Bounty Hunter and I have 3 paydays, I could get insane gold really fast. So I feel like I actually should play Bounty Hunter this game. But usually Bounty Hunter is a little, everyone describes it as a noob trap. It just looks like, oh, it's so much. Like all this bounty, you deal so much damage sometimes. You do 11 damage. It feels like better than it is usually. But the other benefit is I have so many fucking good heroes. It feels good, man. I have a lot of very good heroes. I don't know if I need another fight through the pain. I feel like I might as well grab this because I can move my heroes around and blow up the lanes that I want to. Ruminous Vestments can be nice because it gives you sustain. This is like the part of the game where I'm trying to figure out like what is my deck good at. And it's kind of good at like early mid, but if it runs out of steam in the mid game, it might be rough. So if I don't have an item like this that heals, come here. Do you want to sit in the chair? Come here, chair. Good girl. Good girl. Okay, so if I can bounce around the lanes a lot, then it could be really good with 3 Relentless Pursuits. I just don't know if I'm going to run all 3. I feel like there's a low chance of that, so maybe I should grab Ruminesque in case I change my mind on that. Oh, Path of the Guardian! I will grab it because I have to, and I think it's cool anyways. Alright, that's it for my deck. Oh, thank you. Got my lip a little bit there. Good girl. Welcome to the stream, Tango. Alright, so now I've done my draft. Now I gotta pick what my... What's wrong? What's wrong? You wanna go? Do you wanna... You staying? And then, Mazzy, I guess. We got a little whiner. Okay. Damn right I wiped off her kiss, dude. Why did I not wipe off? Shit's gross. Okay, so. Let's add, these are the 5 heroes I'm going to pick, so let me add the stuff that I want. The easy way to do this is sort by color. Add everybody that is good. Always go through, add the best shit first. And then when you realize you're getting close to 40, and then you're going to have to start playing it safe. Okay. Oh, wow, I actually have tons of space. It's great. Need a lot of red. 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 Pick a fight. Let's do a defensive stance. Definitely 2 new orders. I'm 1 short on red, 1 short on black if you want perfect distribution. 1 short on red, 1 short on black. Burning oil is definitely good sometimes, but I think this is better. And then I have to make final calls on stuff. So I'm looking for potentially 1 black card, or I can reduce the numbers that I currently have. I can also look at the numbers. Looks like I have 3 early. So what I probably want to do is something like this, since all my black is playable more or less. On turn 3, I want to put more in. And then Mazzy will bring up the follow-up here, because she's a 6/3 and 6, which is arguably moderately stronger than a 5/9. I guess Lich gets sacrificed when he's placed here, I think. Creature-wise, I'm at 9 only. So I definitely want to add this bro. Probably don't want Path of the Cunning. Sometimes this card is okay, I think. Because if you get lucky and it adds up on your heroes, like it's basically like 1 extra damage for anybody that's blocked. And if it's on a hero, you know, it adds up. Do I want unsupervised or trebuchets is the question. And I still could reduce cards a little bit. But all the other cards I added are actually really good. What did I just put in? I don't remember. The catapult. Do I want that over a trebuchet is the question. And that one's, oh man, all these are so good. I want all these cards in. 2 relentless. I don't know, maybe I should reduce the paydays or something. 3 is kind of a lot. But in the same vein, it's a lot. Let's add items quick. Definitely Helm of the Dominator. It's like the best thing I have. This one's really good with the cards I have. That's really good, that's really good. Stonehall Pike is quite good. Cleave damage is not the most important. I mean, I might as well just do really expensive items, right? Well, I don't have enough health things right now, for sure. You gotta put at least like 2 of these in minimum. Technically that's a 4th, so I think that's a decent balanced health, so I have 2 slots left. Should I do a Wingfall Hammer? I've got three paydays, man. Surely this makes sense to Wingfall Hammer. I almost never play this item, but in Helm of the Dominator is almost always going to feel better. This is like the most expensive items I've ever ran before. But all these are really useful. And then I'm missing one. Ruminesque is probably the way to go. Just because it's going to keep my heroes alive. Alright, I have to go take a quick break and go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. Hello. Okay, so I saw that comment saying Wingfall is a debate. I was thinking about it, and it kind of is. I definitely agree. One of the really good benefits about it this game, though, is that all of my heroes do a shitload of damage. My low damage is 5, my second lowest is 6, and then it's like 7, 8s. So if I put it on one of these really tanky guys, I'm going to be getting a lot of regen for myself. Like if I put it on Sorla Khan, it's going to give her 6 and her allies 6 regen. Which basically means they don't die in combat unless they get super nuked. So I kind of feel like it's good with the heroes I have, and I don't have that many other items. Like if I had the, if I got the Horn of the Alpha item that I had in one of my drafts, then it would have been better, right? Because then you get a Horn of the Alpha instantly. That would have been a lot better than having a Wingfall Hammer, but I feel like it's not terrible. Because if I play like a double, if I have like 20 gold and I do a double payday, and I all of a sudden have 80 gold, like I need some money to spend. And if this guy is like a Blade of the Vigil, it just doesn't matter, you know? It doesn't do that much. Whereas a Wingfall Hammer would actually matter. So I feel like it's okay to run. It's the loss of initiative. Yeah, that's a really fair point. It will lose you initiative. But I just feel like I gotta spend the money. It's gonna suck when it comes up when I only have 20 gold and I want Helm of the Dominator, certainly. Or if I only have like 15 gold, then I'm screwed from buying anything. But in the same vein, that'll also give me time to buy or spend double my gold of payday. I think this deck's okay. I still kind of feel like I should maybe have more like artillery stuff instead to like win a lane that I'm having trouble winning, because I really don't have good clear. I'm kind of all in a couple cases, so maybe I should for sure guarantee some more than the catapult, like a trebuchet or something, in case like a lane just barely loses. But I don't really know what to remove. I've got an okay amount of creatures. I just feel like I should just go for this rather than trying to like pivot for a worst case scenario. I should just know that if I like don't for sure win the lane, that it's going to be a bad time, and just live like that. All right, let's go lose to a bunch of better players than me. Maybe I shouldn't do Sorla first. Maybe I should do somebody else. Maybe it's better to Sorla follow up. But I have so many blue, or so many blacks at 3. How many am I going to play first round? I'd play Assault Ladders. I wouldn't play either of these, probably. Sometimes you play Disciple, but not that often. I'm probably not going to play Slay. I'm probably not going to play the Oath early on, and Track is definitely a possibility. If I'm hitting buildings, it's amazing. And I could play Slays, actually, because if she's blocked by a creep, you could slay the creep and deal 12 damage. So that's pretty good. So I feel like it's probably worth it. Like, she could definitely die, and that would suck, but man, my mana curve is so early, too. I don't know, maybe Lich should be second. There's a lot of red to play though. I think it's fine. Is my current viewpoint. Let's play a match. Find a match.